Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on the DreamWorks film Shark Tales. Now, Shark Tale is meant to be a 2004 computer animated comedy film that was produced by DreamWorks Animation and distributed by DreamWorks Pictures. Now, I know a lot of people call it a Finding Nemo clone, and I know one of my friends, James, who's also one of my subscribers, hates the movie with a passion. For me, I would say Finding Nemo and Shark Tales is different. I think Finding Nemo is more about coming out of your comfort zone and risking to save someone you care about. I think the point of Shark Tales is a message about being careful about going the distance, as well as not covering up your what happened with lies and everything else. So the premise of the film is meant to feature Oscar, who is meant to be the kind of down and out Bruce Street cleaner fish, and of course works at the whale wash. We kind of see how Oscar kind of has to owe money to his boss, and we kind of see how after a mishap and so on, we see how he ends up kind of getting mistaken for killing a shark, even though in reality it was an anchor that killed a certain shark. So of course we see how Oscar takes credit for it without really not admitting to what happened. And we kind of see how the shark's father, Don Lino, wants to personally deal with Oscar. And of course we see how Don Lino's son Lenny knows more about the truth. And we kind of see how Oscar and Lenny play the whole kind of covering the truth situation. And after one thing leads to another, it kind of has Oscar realizing to make the right choices and to kind of swallow his pride and admit his mistakes. I think the film has two messages. The point of Oscar's message is about not covering up the truth and admitting to what really happened, even though it might be costly, as well as realizing what's really important to you. And I think the point of Lenny and Don Vito's story is meant to be about accepting each other and realizing what's more important than one thing. And I would say for the most part the film really does work. I think Finding Nemo's more realistic, while Shark Tales has their own version of New York and having the kind of product placement. I think the point of Oscar feeling like a nobody is him wanting to go the distance without realizing what's more important. And the point of Angie is meant to help him realize what's more important. And I think the point of Lola, who's meant to kind of be a gold-digging lionfish, is meant to be the opposite of Angie, as she only cares about Oscar for his money, as well as social status. And I kind of feel what Nostalgia Critic gets wrong about the Lawyer Revealed story is the point of it is meant to be a message about not covering up the truth, admitting to your mistakes, as well as admitting to them, even though it may cause others to hate you, or those to kind of realize what you were really doing. And I think that was the point in Bug's Life, where Flick had to kind of realize his mistakes and try to fix things. And I think it's kind of like looking at, say, Chicken Run. You can tell Rocky wants to admit the truth, but kind of makes false promises, but does try to fix things in the end. And I think having Don Lino played by Robert De Niro does work. And I think the point about the sharks, the hammerheads, as well as the killer whales, are meant to be this sort of Shark Tale version of the Mafia. And I think Robert De Niro really does play this guy who wants to have his sons take over the business, But you can tell Don Lino's not really a bad guy. He just wants his sons to take over the business and does want Lenny to be at his full potential. I I feel like a lot of people, in my opinion, put Shark Tales to impossible standards, even though it's different. It's maybe more cartoony, more wacky, more sort of in your face. While Finding Nemo is a more slice of life story. So I think, to me, Shark Tales is an alright film, despite a few mishaps. So I think it deserves a thumbs up. Still good and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.